Downloading Twitch VODs, editing videos for YouTube, and patching games these days all takes a huge amount of storage. Where do you put all of this stuff? What's the best way to back up all of your data and keep it safe? Better yet, can I share it easily without spending thousands and thousands of dollars or paying a monthly fee? This might just be the video you've been looking for. Cheers and a huge thank you to Zima for sending out this ZimaBoard 832 to me. I was extra excited to play around with this, not only because I just so happened to be in the market for a NAS, but it's something I think a lot of content creators overlook, especially if you're not specifically in the technology space like I am. NAS might not even be a familiar acronym for you. No matter what your technical level, pull up a stool. Let's talk through if the ZimaBoard is something that will help you on your creator journey. This little device is a Swiss Army knife for creators, capable of doing so much more than you'd expect. From acting as a 4K media server to a secure VPN router, even a hub for your smart studio setup, the ZimaBoard has you covered. Now, I'm gonna pop up a table right over here with all the specs on it. Now, this one here specifically is the ZimaBoard 832, but the important thing I want you to notice here is all of the connectivity. 2 SATA 3.0 ports, two 2 gigabit LAN ports, 2 USB 3.0 ports, a mini display port, and a PCIe port. Right out of the box, this offers the ability to add so many different peripherals, and it's so easy to do. But today I want to focus on one of the more practical uses for creators. That includes the SATA ports on the front here. Setting up a powerful NAS or network attached storage drive. So why consider building a NAS with the ZimaBoard instead of going with a traditional NAS device? Well, there are a few reasons, starting with the cost. A high quality NAS can easily set you back several hundred, if not thousands of dollars, especially if you're looking at something from big names like Synology or QNAP. But with this ZimaBoard on sale right now at Amazon for $183, you're looking at a much more affordable option without sacrificing much of the functionality. In fact, for the most part, you're getting more functionality. Did I mention that it has a PCIe 2.0 port? For $183, you get a device that's not just a NAS, it's a full-fledged single-board hackable server with its own Casa OS and app store you can customize to your heart's content. Quickly install Pi-hole, Plex, or even a Minecraft server app to host your own games. So many super simple options. But let's get back to the NAS for a second. Having network attached storage, what does that even mean, especially for content creators? What do you currently do with all of your VODs from your stream or with the footage that you're editing for your next YouTube video? If you're like me, you have a couple of external drives laying around. Maybe you have a label on one of them from a year and a half ago. It's a little bit out of date, but honestly, that just helps you remember what was actually on the drive, not what's on the label. Setting up the ZimaBoard as a NAS will allow you to put together a couple of hard drives with many different variations, whether you want redundant drives or just one massive pool. You now have your own Google Drive you can access from any device on your network. It's as simple as grabbing an SSD or another hard drive, plugging it into their nice, easy SATA adapter, and plugging that into the front of the ZimaBoard. Now, for streamers and creators, this is a game changer. Imagine having all of your past streams, video projects, and assets stored securely with easy access from anywhere. And the best part, no more monthly fees from cloud storage. Now, does the ZimaBoard have its drawbacks? Yeah, absolutely, it sure does. One of the things that some of those NAS enclosures offer is simply the form factor. When I plug in an extra hard drive into the front of this, it's just kind of sitting out here flopping around. It doesn't have the actual enclosure to hold those hard drives and keep it in one nice box. I've seen a bunch of really cool 3D printed enclosures for this device, but I don't have a 3D printer yet, but I know that there's a lot of really good templates and printable objects already. Now, some might also see the Casa OS as its own struggle and hurdle with this. Some of the things that I ran into was having to set up my own static IP address for the ZimaBoard. Again, something that's not hard to do, but something that requires a little bit of technical know-how, and knowing that you even have to do that to set up a NAS wasn't something that was in any documentation for this device. And then another weird thing, I don't know if it was me or the external hard drives I was trying to use, but when I plugged things into the USB ports on this device, and when I tried to transfer them to a hard drive plugged into the other side, it kept crashing every time I got to about 5 gigabytes worth of data transferred over. And then I'd have to completely unplug and replug those external hard drives back in via USB. Now, I don't know if that was a me problem. I don't know if that was an external hard drive problem from my drives, or I don't know if that's an issue with the ZimaBoard, but I'm gonna play with it a little bit more before I give my final verdict there. That being said, as soon as I grabbed an extra SATA drive and plugged it in via the ports on the front, I've had zero problems as far as transferring files from there to the ZimaBoard, as well as transferring files over the network from my computer to the hard drive connected to the ZimaBoard. All in all, I think it's a really cool little device, and I really appreciate Zima sending one out for me to play with, and it fills that void perfectly for me where I needed that NAS capability. Now, if you don't want the extra project of the ZimaBoard, I definitely recommend some sort of NAS solution. You need to back your files up. That's one of the most important things you can do as a creator, is make sure you back up anything you want to keep around long term. But if you are in the market for a powerful, affordable, and highly customizable NAS, or just want a versatile server for your content creation needs, the ZimaBoard 832 is definitely worth considering. There will be a link down in the description to both the Amazon as well as Zima's website. Either way, I hope you're having a great day. We'll see you in the next video right over here.